today on The Real.
She's not going anywhere. Real Housewife Kandi Burruss is back to guest host.
That's the word on the street.
Then on Girl Chat, how we really feel about the immigration ban.
I have never seen this country so divided as I see it right now.
Plus, higher or lower? Are you ready to ante up? It's time to ante up for $100.
And my boy actor Brandon T. Jackson is here. The Real.
This is our
Wives of Atlanta, it's Kandi Burruss.
Yes.
Now, Kandi, your adorable son, Ace, he just turned 1, his first birthday. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can't believe it's been 1 year already.
Goes by fast.
We had this wonderful birthday party with all our friends and family at this air jump
What was
place.
the theme? It was flying?
Flying Ace. Because Flying Ace is an expert pilot or something. So everybody came.
Nice.
It really felt good because a lot of my friends, some of them flew from out of town.
That is amazing.
Dr. Rachel brought her baby from the doctors.
Look at the airplane
Yandy.
balloon.
Oh my goodness, yes, it was so fun. It was like a real birthday party, not she foo foo. It was more just
for the kids.
Yeah, it was a lot of family, a lot of friends, and fun.
Good.
That's a whole lot of treats. I like to have good food. There was a lot of good food too.
Oh, goodness.
I love it.
But we had a great time.
Oh, that's always good. Yeah.
It's great to celebrate children's birthdays. I like going to kids' birthday parties.
Yeah,
And I don't have any kids, but I just come with myself and I act very childlike.
You always
I get in the balls, the jumping, bouncy houses, all of that.
If you come to a kid's birthday party, you do not go wearing heels. Then you know you're not ready. You gotta wear some sneakers. You gotta ready. You get down and dirty.
Exactly.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? Ace didn't even know what was going on. He was just looking like, all these people here. And then we even had obviously, I wanted to take a whole bunch of pictures because it's his first party.
Yeah.
He's looking like, if you make me take one more picture.
I usually always say the first birthday party is more about the parents.
Yes.
Celebrating that you made it an entire year.
Okay.
I get it.
Good job.
Kid is alive and well.
You're alive, the child is alive, so it's all good.
The first year is work.
Yes.
Well, on a heavier note, up next, the fallout continues from the executive order President Trump signed this past Friday, which temporarily banned refugees in 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the United States. The ban stopped many travelers from boarding their planes overseas, as well as forcing others to turn around and go back home upon arrival in the United States.
And I just couldn't believe that he did something so drastic. Because, let's be for real. If it wasn't for immigration and all those things, we wouldn't have a first lady right now.
We wouldn't have a country.
Yeah, we wouldn't have a country. This was the new world, okay? That's the way they described it in history books because we are, most of us are immigrants. Unless you can, Native American, most of us came from other places. And this is a country that was built on immigration and immigrants.
Absolutely.
For me, it felt so severe and hasty. It seems chaotic. It seems like everybody is left in an emotional uproar. We don't know why. Why 90 days? What is that supposed to do differently than any longer? I want to understand why 90 days, why those 7 specific countries, when a lot of countries who were guilty of terrorism weren't involved in the 7 countries banned, and why everybody, why mothers, children, grandmothers,
breaking up families.
Why every single person? It's scary because I just imagine having immigrant parents if this happened to my mom and dad. And my mom and dad would not have survived if they lived in Vietnam or would have survived in really torturous conditions. They had to escape, and the people that are escaping to flee here are fleeing for their lives. They're carrying just literally the food and the children on their back to get here, and we're shutting them down and blocking them. It just feels so inhumane. It feels un-American.
Well, I mean, I think that there's a lot of concern as all Americans that we should have, because when they did this order, they just wrote the order and they forgot to tell a few people, like the head of Homeland Security. As a matter of fact, there were reports that he was on the phone doing a telephone conference about this order, and they look up and they look at on television, and Trump is holding the order up, going, I signed the order. And so when you do that, there was nothing in place, and that's why you had all this chaos. Yeah. But what I like about our country, we are the land of the free. We are people that will fight.
Yes.
A federal court in New York issued an emergency stay on President Trump's order, and the ACLU filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of 2 Iraqis who were detained at the JFK airport. There have been a lot of other attorneys and judges that have filed motions to halt this, because what's happening is that, you know, our country, we have First Amendment rights, and that is freedom of religion. Right. And freedom of religion means that we don't judge by someone's religion. That's just what we have.
Right, but did you hear what former Mayor Rudy Giuliani said when he was like, well, it's not based on, you know, banning Muslims. You know, he tried to turn it around, but he basically gave all the tea of how he helped set it up.
Oh, yeah.
I could not believe he gave all that information basically to say that Donald Trump called him to say, hey, how can we put a ban on Muslims? Like, that is so terrible. And then he just comes back with, I'll do it legally. I'll help you do it legally. Like, yeah, I can help you put this all together. I got the play. I got it all together.
I'm concerned, you guys, as a whole, as a country. Yeah. Because what we have to realize is that 50% of Americans did vote for this man to be in office.
That's what
I'm saying.
Where are they, by the way?
And he is, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say. He is just finishing out these promises. So what I'm trying to look at is how can we unify with those people who actually voted for him so that we can find some common ground. Because the reality is, divided we fall, and united we stand.
Yes.
Well, we have to find a way.
So it was
how do we do this? How do we move? How do we move from here? How do we progress?
Well, it starts with your president, but the thing is that I don't want to blame some of those people, because a lot of those people felt like what Trump was saying, they didn't think he was actually going to do.
True. So what do they do now?
Like, really? He's really doing it? But you always have to believe, this is what we were trying to say to everybody in September. We were like, look, listen to the man. What he's saying could actually happen. When somebody tells you something, you believe it. If somebody say they're going to kick my ass, I got to believe, you know what? I got to protect myself.
We just want to clarify, 50% of the voters, not 50% of America, but 50% of the people that voted.
Yeah.
And it actually was less than that.
What I mean is half of the country, the other half. I've never, as long as I've been alive, I have never seen this country so divided as I see it right now.
In our
lifetime. In my lifetime. I know it's probably
it starts with your leader. Your leader has to do something.
Now, speaking of our leader, in response to the controversy, President Trump issued a statement saying, quote, to be clear, this is not a Muslim ban. This is not about religion. This is about terror and keeping our country safe. Okay. There are over 40 different countries worldwide that are majority Muslim that are not affected by this order. This feels hasty. It feels chaotic. This just threw America into an uproar. People are shocked, including people who voted for him.
And you know what? People all over the world, we got trolled by Canada. Canada trolled us. Since it's an issue, many prominent names have decided to speak out publicly against the ban. Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg said, and I quote, we are a nation of immigrants. We all benefit from the best and the brightest from around the world that can live and work and contribute here. And Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau,
I loved this.
He sent out a tweet. Low-key, he was like, to those fleeing persecution, terror, and war. Canadians will welcome you regardless of your faith. Diversity is our strength. Hashtag welcome to Canada.
Hashtag the shade. I was here for that shade. I was here for it.
But what about the other hashtag when everybody was doing hashtag delete Uber?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, everybody was on that movement because the owner of
love
Uber
seeing
was
everybody get
backing it
together.
and dropping his rates so that when they decided to not take the taxi, or the taxis were saying, okay, we're not going to go to the New York airport. And, instead of standing with them, Uber said, oh, well, we'll drop our rates and, come do it.
Yeah.
What?
Either
People
way, it
were
was
really
in
upset
poor
about
form.
that.
I don't know what they meant by kind of capitalizing on that moment when they could have just taken on rides, make money in that moment that the taxis, which I thought
Or
was
not
really
say
noble.
anything.
For taxi drivers to actually stand aligned with these people that were being, being forced to stay, being not able to travel, for them to take that stand was huge and very noble because the taxi drivers have taken a huge hit in being able to make income since ride sharing.
But I know people want to feel safe. I know there are a lot of people, especially, I've been reading comments, people from Middle America, they say, you know what, we feel safe now.
You saw people saying that?
Yeah, seriously. You got to remember, there's always three sides to every story. There's one side, the other side, and then there's the truth. And the thing is that we forget that in our country, we have millions of people working in our interests. We have technology. The safety thing just didn't start when Trump became in office. We have CIA, FBI, we have technology. We have people that are really working hard to protect us. So to those people that I feel safe, you've always been safe. Maybe you just didn't know. There are a lot of things that they don't tell us publicly because they don't want us to scare us. So don't feel like, all the past presidents haven't been doing things. There's so many things that it will blow our minds. We don't need to know about it because they're operating under different things. So
I honestly don't feel safe because I feel like, okay, now that you're doing that, you're kind of antagonizing those people to want to try to do something.
You're making enemies.
It's like, whoa.
For no reason, when they can simply say, we have not harmed you in any way. Why are you making us the enemy?
On the surface, that seems like that. But believe me, I know people that love this country. They work for our country. They continue to be safe. There are things that happen every day. We just don't hear about it.
100%.
And I have to give it up to those people that are still working on our behalf, no matter who the president is. Thank you.
For those that have the question, obviously, of Obama doing something similar in 2011, John Feiner, who worked with the Obama administration, said the Obama administration did not ban visas for refugees from Iraq for 6 months. I unquote, I'd like to say these are some of the other, what was that? I would like to say this is some more alternative facts that have been thrown out there that people are running with. The Obama administration's 2011 review came in response to a specific threat, including the arrest in Kentucky of 2 Iraq refugees. So it was grounded in a specific threat. You guys, Homeland Security didn't even know about this. So I think that makes a huge difference in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. Different people are working.
Yeah.
One more thing, because I know we're running long.
Yeah,
I want to give it up to, if you feel like, well, what can I do? Because I know a lot of people feel, helpless.
No, but it's okay.
If you're questioning certain things, we have people that are fighting to make sure that we stay within the Constitution. There are organizations like the ACLU. I mean, the ACLU raised $24 million this weekend. People started donating. You have legal defense funds, the NAACP legal defense funds. People are working pro bono. So if I would implore you to donate to those defense funds because those are attorneys that really care. They will try to work on behalf of us as a nation, and we just have to keep abreast of this. This is why we're talking about it. It's difficult. We're gonna make some people upset about talking about this, but we need to talk about this because we need to stay aware of what's happening in our country. This is our country. This is everybody.
I think it is important that we continue to pray for our country. I actually found this quote in the Bible in Leviticus 19:33-34. When a foreigner resides among you in your land, do not mistreat them. The foreigner residing among you must be treated as your native born. Love them as yourself, for you were foreigners in Egypt.
if you and your partner have found that your bedroom routine has been a bit, well, boring, the secret to spicing it up may just be a costume away. Your Tango just released their list of 30 sexy role play ideas every couple should try at least once. Examples include their cheerleader seducing the sexy football player, a repairman helping his client fix her pipe,
Nice.
and a fireman using his hose.
Even
All right. More than just putting out fires. So, ladies, when it comes to role play, what is your fantasy?
Ooh la la.
Who goes first?
Go for it.
You know, this is my favorite talk, or the talk girl talk. Okay, so if I was gonna role play, I would be the president, so I could change some executive orders while I'm giving orders. Yes. See,
You need an Oval Office.
I would be presidential, well, as I am riding on my Air Force One. Todd would be Air Force
your
One.
Air Force One.
That's
And I would be
multiple
the
things.
president.
That's the Mile High Club and a woman in
Yes.
power. I'm here for it.
Yes.
I love that.
Drag him into office.
Lonnie.
Tamara,
I'm good.
you and Adam don't role play?
No, you
A
guys, you know
little.
what it is? No, I swear to God, this is the reality. You guys know I waited for a very long time to have sex. I waited until I was 29. It's not for everybody, but it worked for me. So right now, we're just enjoying it as it is. I don't think we've gotten to that place yet. So maybe talk to me in another 5 years. But
What's a fantasy you would like to have?
a fantasy now? Me with my abs back. I'm tired of. I swear to God, people do not tell you. After you have like multiples, when I roll over, so does my stomach. When I lean like this, my stomach goes all the way down to the floor. So
You like that? You think Adam really cares about what's going on there?
He doesn't, but I do. So when I feel confident, I know it'll be that much mind-blowing. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
Choosing the name of your child is one of the biggest decisions any parent has to make. But should you be able to get a do-over? Mommy blogger Sophia Kachia and her husband decided 2 weeks after the birth of their baby girl Betty that she seemed more like a Florence.
Ooh.
So after giving birth, Sophia warned her readers that she had 2 names she really loved and asked them to bear with her crazy hormones because she may want to randomly change her baby's name in a few days, just being honest. Well, she was right. Sophia took to Instagram with a photo of the newly named Florence and her 2-year-old brother Bobby to make the official announcement. So, moms, I want to know, do you think parents should be able to rename their baby if they feel like the name isn't legit? If it's not like matching?
Not if your baby's name reminds you of the Jeffersons.
So you're talking about the name Florence.
Florence Jefferson. That's what I thought of as soon as I saw it. I
cute.
originally wanted to name my first son Cash. And it was like this big deal because
that name.
Kim Zolciak from Housewives
Yeah.
previously, she named her son Cash, which he's so cute. It works for him.
Yeah.
So I had to come up with a new name, and I felt like, wow, Ace really works because Ace means so many great things, like the number 1. You know, if you say that's my
Yeah,
ace,
ace.
that means that's your bestie,
Boy, yeah.
or I aced the test. I did
Positive,
good. Everything
yeah.
is positive. So
Yes.
I felt like, yeah, that's the name for him.
That's good. What about you? What do you think about changing your kids' names after you've kind of given them their name at birth? Because how does it work? Is it like you give birth and then when do they require you to put the name on the certificate? Is it
Honestly,
immediate?
for me, I think it's Aiden John Tanner and Araya Talia. We really thought about it before, and I absolutely love their names. But there's a funny story. My husband's name actually is Arthur Adam Housley.
Arthur?
I know. Get this, you guys. So there are 3 Arthurs in his family. His grandfather, his dad, and Adam.
Adam, yeah.
But what happened was Judy was like, oh my gosh, we gotta have like 3 different like nicknames. So there's Art, Arch, and Archie. Then she looked at Adam and she was like, you are not an Archie. I'm not calling you Archie. So then she just asked Art, his father, can I just call him Adam? And he was like, cool. So that's how Adam got his name.
Oh,
so his
cool.
name is Adam Arthur house.
What if you feel like the kid, you know how you could have a thought in your mind of, I want to name this child this, I want to name this child this, and then the kid comes out and the name that you thought,
totally
and then they were in
changed
their
it.
belly was like
Yeah.
totally different than how their personality is. I know parents that actually take their kids home for a week and they don't leave the hospital with the actual signing a name on the birth certificate.
Yes.
And they get to know the baby for a week and they get in, in tune with the baby's personality. Well, you seem like let's see what you respond
Yes.
to. So I think it's fine if they decide to change it, if they decide to.
Nah.
Yeah, why?
The first week, the babies, all they do is this.
That is true.
They don't smile. They
If
don't
you're
do
lucky.
anything. They don't do anything,
it
right?
wouldn't have to be a week. It would be enough of time so that you would get to know the baby and see a personality come out, that the name would kind of come to life.
A week
I
is
agree
fine.
with
A
that.
week or two, right? Because 2 weeks, they don't start smiling until 6 weeks. Well,
a couple
Araya started
months.
a little bit earlier. Araya started smiling at 2 weeks. My pediatrician
Really?
said it was gas, but I don't think it was gas. She was really smiling at me, whereas Aiden had his first smile at 6 weeks. So
Okay.
I think
It
it just
just
depends.
But I think there are two things we love to give our fans: loads of fun and cash. So today we have a game that has both. Now all you have to do is bet on us. Get ready, it's time to ante up. All right, Tamara, tell the audience how we play.
All right, here's how it's gonna go down. Jeannie and Lonnie are in the audience, and they're gonna ask each of us a question about pop culture. Every answer is a number. If you're chosen to be a contestant, your job is to tell them whether you think the real answer is higher, lower, or spot on. Today, if you're right, you'll go home $100 richer. It's that easy, guys. So, who's ready to ante up? Jeannie, who's up first?
All right, Tam, got my money right there. I need to see it. Okay, first up we have Yvette Ward. Where you at, girl? Yes! Yay! All right, Yvette, we were talking earlier. You're from Texas, right? Welcome from Texas. Howdy. Okay, so Tam, you're up first. Your question is, Tyler Perry's highest grossing movie, Medea, goes to jail, grossed how much money domestically?
I'm gonna say 60 million.
Okay, 60 million. All right, Yvette, so you just heard Tam's answer, but here's a heads up. We did not show any of the host any of the questions before the show, okay? So Tam could really know the answer, or she could just have a really cute poker face.
Okay.
So it's time to ante up for $100. Do you think the real answer is higher, lower, or spot on than Tamara? What do you think? Go like this, higher, lower, or spot on? Okay, you got a little help. What do you think? And look at Tam's face. She knows what she's talking about.
Okay, I'm gonna go with higher.
She says higher.
I was gonna say 80.
Real answer is $90,508,336. So you got that $100. Spend it in the right place. Yay!
Lonnie, who's up next?
Okay, let's ante up. Our next contestant will be Jasmine Reyes. Where you at, girl? Where you from?
Monte, California.
El Monte. I like El Monte. Okay. This question is for the beautiful Kandi. Prince William and Kate Middleton have been married for how many years? Kandi?
Oh,
wasn't that my
let me
question?
think. They have 2 children now. So one is 5 years.
Okay, Jasmine. Kandi says 5 years. So what do you think? For $100, do you think it's the real answer? She could be spot on, or is it higher or lower?
I'm gonna go with lower.
She says lower. What about it? No! The answer she was spot on. 5 years. But you know what? You still get a T-shirt. All right, that's priceless. Oops. You picked that. Okay. That's priceless. All right. Good job. Sorry.
Okay, Jeannie, who's our final contestant?
Desiree Para, get over here because I got $100 for you. Yes, okay, Desiree, where are you from?
Bakersfield, California.
All right.
Originally.
Nice. All right. Now, the last question is for Adrienne, okay? of March 2017, not including cameos, Aid, how many Fast and Furious movies have premiered with Vin Diesel? Think about it. Look at Aid's calculating. She may know this answer.
I'm gonna go with 6.
Okay. 6. Now look around your friends. Where's your friends? Desiree, what do you think? Okay, what's your guess?
6. I'm gonna say lower with actual Vin Diesel.
With actual Vin Diesel, she says lower. The answer is... You're right, because the real answer was 5. All right. Our next guest is a stand-up comedian and actor who's appeared in films like Tropic Thunder, Roll Bounce, and the Lifetime original movie By the 10th Date. His latest film, Eloise, lands in theaters this Friday. Give it up, y'all, for Brandon T. Jackson.
Idris fund.
I see.
Everybody's trying to walk over with the dollar. You're like, go back.
Hey, I'm from Detroit, so you know I have Detroit.
You know I'm from Detroit too. We've gone back a long way since our stand-up days. Why is it that Detroit? We always got to let everybody know we from Detroit.
Oh, that's the first. First of all, we are an underdog city. We are love city. We soul. It's all about soul, and it's like, you know, it's so down home. You know, we get such a bad rap with. You know, people say, you from Detroit, whoa, you know?
Right.
But it's like, we're such good people. I feel like, you know, and we're underdogs, too, so it's cool.
Yeah. Always makes sense.
Now, Brandon, you hold a special place in my heart because get this, you guys. Brandon was my first on-screen kiss.
Yeah.
Really? We were each other's first. Who knew? Okay, so I know I was mad nervous. How did you feel?
I was very, you know what it is? I was very nervous, 2 reasons. Because at the time, you know, I had a girlfriend, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And
here it goes.
So extra. So extra. Oh, God.
Did you see his face?
I'm still nervous now.
Oh, my God.
So you say you had a girlfriend, you didn't want her to get upset, or what?
Here's the problem with on-screen kisses. This is what happens. You want it to be real. You want it because, you know, people gonna judge, you know, the thing. But you don't want to be too good because you have your girlfriend or your wife looking at you like, why are you kissing her so much? You know, you kiss me like that.
The sparks yet.
So, you know, that was fun, though. I mean, we've known each other for years.
Ever.
It's weird, and we still look the same. That's what's good.
That's praise God.
Well, you've been working nonstop since that kiss. You're in the upcoming thriller, Eloise. Please tell us about it.
This is a really good film. Actually, it's shot in Detroit. And that's one of the big reasons why I was very attracted to the role, because we heard about I remember that little scary institute called Eloise back, you know.
Yep.
And it's like it's a true story about these, you know, these people. Yeah. So, but my character, he owes like this guy like 20 grand. So his motive is money.
Okay.
Which is, you know how that works. If your motive is just money in life, you know. So I don't want to tell the ending, but it's a good movie.
Weaves, wigs, and braids are all good protective hairstyles when you want to give your hair a rest. But you still have to take care of your natural hair underneath. And today, we're going to show you how. This is hair care under there.
Joining us today is the founder of Curls Hair Care Products, Mahisha Dellinger. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I don't believe that there's a person out there that doesn't want their hair to be on point. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Now, the thing is, you have to have the right products to help you get there. So what's the key ingredient in your products that keep curly-haired women coming back for more?
One key ingredient, blueberry extract.
Oh,
Really?
Now, we know blueberries are a superfood for your body, but they're also for your hair. It's clinically proven to repair damage, prevent breakage, and encourage hair growth. So that's why we decided to make a full collection with that one ingredient. And it smells divine, right?
Yes, we were smelling it before.
It does.
Awesome. Okay, let me just say I love my natural curls, but I also like to change it up every now and then by wearing wigs.
Yes.
So tell me how your product can help women like me dabble in the world of both, natural and the wig world.
Well, I created curls for women like us, embrace our natural curls, waves, and kinks. That was the original premise. But a lot of women are rocking new styles, wigs, weaves, extensions, to just give a new flair. But no one's talking about taking care of the hair under there. It's important to keep the hair under there healthy. So what do you do while you're wearing those protective styles?
That's
you
what
need
I
to
want
make
to know,
sure.
because I wear a lot. What do we do?
Absolutely. So, number one, the Blueberry Collection. Rock that out from top to bottom. We have a reparative hair wash, mask, a leave-in conditioner, a sealing oil, and a really rich cream to seal in the moisture. But it's about taking care of it, taking it down, washing it, taking care of the scalp, making sure that it's healthy and moist. That's
But what
super
about
important.
those edges, though? You know, them edges be struggling sometimes. What can I do to take care of my edges?
Your edges. Okay, so Lonnie, we have something for you. And all the ladies out there, the Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Paste. Amazing. Now, why do we have the paste? It's one that will smooth the edges down and help to blend the natural hair with your extension hair, but also grow out thinning edges.
See, look at that. That looks like my real. This looks
It stimulates growth. Yes.
Stimulates growth for the
Yes.
edges. That's important.
And it's important. So my daughter's in the audience, and she started to wear extensions at about 16 years old. Hard-headed as ever, wouldn't listen to me. But I made her take care of her hair during that time because I'm like, listen, when you wear your extensions, put your there she is there.
With the sparkly gold
Yes, that's
shadow
my
and
oldest daughter.
beautiful curls.
Oh my God.
Braid it up and do the lock method. And I made her do it so she can grow it out naturally. And when she takes her extensions out, her hair is beautiful.
Love that.
Healthy,
Smells so
no
good.
thinning edges, gorgeous and healthy.
I love
So
that.
I want to
Well,
talk about that method. When you
What
are
is the
going to braid your hair before you put extensions on, what do you do to keep the hair moist, supple, and healthy? Well, first you're gonna wash it and make sure you condition the scalp and the hair and detangle. But then you're gonna lock in the moisture with a leave-in, an oil, and a cream.
Okay.
LOC. Right.
Okay.
So first, before you braid it, you put the leave-in through it, comb it through, seal it with the oil, comb it through, and then put the heavy, rich cream on top. Smell that delish?
Oh, goodness.
And then braid it. And then you go ahead and put your
And then you put it, and that's how you protect your
That's
hair.
how you protect
Got
it.
it.
Smart.
Got it.
Well, I have naturally wavy hair. So is there anything that, you can use for both extensions and natural hair?
Yes. Now for you, Adrienne, the Blueberry Bliss Reparative Leave-In Conditioner is light enough. Won't weigh your hair down. Will give you that moisture you need, enhance the waves. But if you want hold, there's another one for you.
Ooh.
The Blueberry Bliss Curl Control Jelly. That one defines, holds without a crunch, no drying alcohol.
Yes,
with
I hate
all
it when the
organic
curls
ingredients.
are crunchy. It keeps them soft.
It smells so good.
Smells delish, right?
Now that sounds good to me, but I really want to know where can we get your products so we can all slay the blueberry way?
Well, you can get the Blueberry Bliss collection at Target and CVS Now nationwide.
Congratulations.